Zin. Like, I'm popping a Cinnabon right now, a little cinnamon Zin. I fucking love it.
Zins. Upper Decky Gummy. Lip Tempur-Pedic. Justin Jefferson. Whatever you choose to call it, Zins are sweeping the nation and lining the gums of college students, a phenomenon scholars like to call the American sensation. To figure out what started this trend, I decided to travel to an American college and see what the buzz was about. I'm just very curious, why Zins?
Why not? The way I look at it, what am I going to get tar in my lungs, tarnish my athletic capabilities? No. I'd rather have a few receding gum lines than ruin my lung capacity.
You put up your gums so you can get a buzz. At the end of the day, they give us a nice buzz and they make us feel like we're on top of the world.
So the main reason that I use this in is when you put it in, it just gives you a nice buzz.
This buzz that they're referring to is nicotine's chemical effects on the brain, stimulating neurotransmitters like epinephrine and dopamine, which increase adrenaline and feelings of pleasure, allowing the user to get lit.
Why?
Yeah.
Do I use Zins?
Yeah.
Because I used to do a lot of dip in high school.
Okay.
So I decided to do something better for my receding gums. Zins are like the definition of America. They are the freedom that we have to put something in our mouth that will harm us, that will feel amazing in our mouth.
I'm talking about the blue-collar core of America. Dudes who are getting up early, grinding, and need to stay awake throughout the day.
A friend from home introduced me to them and said, this helped me get off of me.
I mean, I love vapes. They're way better than vapes. Do you know what a vape is?
I do know what a vape is.
You know how it gets in your lungs, right?
Yes.
These don't.
You know, I do think that Zin started as a similar vibe as Juul did with the advertisement for young adults, but I do think that Zin actually capitalized on the market, exemplifying the true bad effects that Juul had. So for me, not Juul specifically, and I think a lot of kids would agree, but vaping and vape was destructive on my livelihood. So I switched to Zin.
Students switched to Zins as an alternative to vaping, a form of ingesting nicotine through a device devoid of the harmful toxins found in tobacco, also used to help smokers quit their habits. But instead of vapes being used for active smokers trying to kick the habit, it affected America's youth.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, one of my first friends I ever had in 2016 got a Juul. He was a fucking sophomore in high school. It was crazy. And, I've seen the growth from that. And the growth right now is that we still have Juuls. It's Zins. Okay.
With vaping under pressure for health risks, parents are being warned about what could become a popular alternative.
And they're called Zin and sold at local gas stations. The next trend in addiction for teens, and they say these pouches can be especially dangerous to growing adolescent minds. These pouches are now replacing the vaping trend.
If Zins are replacing vaping for the nicoteenagers, one wonders if social media has an effect on their increase in popularity.
So personally on TikTok, I always see memes called the upper decky, you know?
Yeah. Because through social media like TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, they're all over the place. It's becoming a popular trend nowadays.
The terminology that's being used is something that you can relate to as a person.
Okay.
And if you can relate to it as a person, that makes you be like, oh, I might want one of those.
So I think that popularized the Zin, and now more people use it. Obviously, there's free advertising, so I think TikTok and Instagram Reels made Zin sales go through the roof.
A lot of more promotion for these Zinichinos. You know, you have influencers on TikTok, saying, Zini, Ferda, stuff like that.
Yeah, I think potentially they're paying under the table TikTok people to promote it, because then they can get under 21, because in New York you have to be 21 to buy nicotine. I think they're paying them secretly to promote it so a lot of like high schoolers and stuff are doing Zins.
A lot of people say Zinichinos, Zinaferda, Zinni Neutron. There's a lot of terms.
If you're popping a Zin, you gotta know these terms. Like you have to. If you don't know them, you're not a real Zinner.
And would you say by knowing those, how do you get to know those terms?
You have to get to know them by popping some Zin.
Okay.
Well, you know freezer tops, right?
Freezer Tarps, the account name for a man whose online persona is Chetty. His account has garnered over 15.5 million likes from his content, the most popular being his Zin terminology.
Yo, Tony. What, Chetty? Do you have any Zinni poos, bud? Buddy, do you mean do I have any Zinyard Zines?
Freezer Tarps is definitely an influencer that, like, you know, shows the Zinners the way.
With over 250,000 fans, Chetty has an unrivaled influence in the Zin culture. That's why, to answer our lingering questions about the origins of Zins, we went straight to the source of this American sensation and interviewed the man himself.
Feeding a chip, give a Zinni Crosby for me, buddy. Chetty, only thing I got are for me and you. I got a couple Monica Lazinskis. The Flav Tech we talking. Zinnabons. I got Zinni Bonds. I got Spearmint Trons. And I got Zinnius Infertas. Like Ferb. You got any Doofin Zins? Maybe Belgique Zinnichinos? Metro!
Can you hear me? Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright, bet.
Appreciate you doing this, man.
Yeah, of course. We had fucking Zinnius and Ferb on the TV full volume just now.
Sweet. Yeah, let's jump right into it. All right, so first question. How did you discover Zins?
I actually discovered Zins a few years ago. I was at a party and the Julio Jones died, ran out of battery, started blinking on me, needed Nick. Someone threw me a gum pillow and I was all in on him.
Sweet. Do you think Zins are better than vaping?
I mean, it's a tough one. I keep them separate because the Schmeal bar hits the throat a little bit differently. But
Gotcha.
and like having your gums be completely fucking numb, you know.
I get it. And then this is a personal question. I don't know if you can disclose this, but do you have a sponsorship with Zins?
I do not have a Zin sponsorship, but I am working on making my own gum pillow brand at the moment.
All right. Okay. And then there's a certain lingo that you and many Zinners use. And of course, you're very well accustomed to it being the originator, but I'll just name a few terms, you know. Justin Jefferson, Monica Lazinski, Zion Williamson, Osama Bin Laden, Wayne Zinski, Zinachino, Zinnabun, Zinderella, Zinnius and Ferb, Zinni Neutron. So how did these terms originate? Where do they start?
Dude, just straight off the fucking dome, my head's basically a fucking engine. And if I cannot any way to put Zin at the end of a word, it just happens.
I gotcha. All right. And then how much of Zin's current popularity would you contribute to yourself and the movement that you've created on TikTok with your account Freezer Tarps?
I mean, I don't want to say I'm the fucking main Zin guy, but I might just be for fucking Zin. Go to the bar and I'm pretty much known as Chetty or the Zin guy, so I'd say a big fucking portion. And Zin boys, you guys should dish me some cheddar because I think I put about half the fucking nation on.
And then let's see, who are Zins meant for? What type of person do you think should be into Zins?
Zins are meant for just fucking nail guns, certified duties, fucking carrier pigeon. Anyone who basically likes to wheel birds, drink Cappy Cokes, you know, just the typical legend.
And obviously you're very verbose with your urbanology. Could you give me like a sample sentence of like something you usually say when you're out with your buddies? Like,
I mean, little in a senti, little term in the senti. If I was Bill Clinton, for example, I'd be like, "Yo, Monica Lazinski, can I get some dome piece?" Ferda, like just no on an opiapi.
All right. I mean, that just about sums it up. Appreciate your time and getting this done. Sweet. Throughout this exploration, we haven't found any concrete evidence that the company Zyn has meddled in social media to addict the youth. And just like Zyn's, that might leave a sore feeling in some people's mouths. But I sought out to find what all the buzz was about. And my friends I made along the way helped me realize it might just be as simple as an upper decky gum pillow.